and welcome back to Spirit Mom. Today at Spirit School, we're going to be starting back at the beginning again with the shadow. We talked about the shadow in our very first lesson. If you have not seen that one before, I will link it below. I do recommend following the episodes in order, as one lesson can often lead into another. However, they do have healing impact individually on their own as well. As long as you are working on healing, that is the most important thing. One should always be healing the self. There is no right or wrong way to heal. The simple act of trying to heal is deeply profound. Showing yourself you care is very important. It's a great step, and often we find ourselves too busy to heal. I'll self-reflect on my next vacation. I'll self-reflect the next day I have a few days off in a row, and on that ego will go, fueled, of course, by the shadow. So here we are today, ready to look at the shadow again. Today is a very notable energetic day. Just to mention, it is the Lion's Gate, 8 for August and 8 for the day, 8-8. And I will even try to release this at 8 o'clock. We'll see. The number 8 represents the sign for infinity or eternal, and having them side by side is very potent. So it's a great way to heal yourself into infinity by working on self-healing today. Pause with me now and do a mental check. Think of a few things that were a prominent situation before that we saw as shadow issues, and see how they are today. If you haven't identified anything before, let's pick something out. For example, perhaps you would always come home and finish off a bottle of wine after a stressful day of work, just as an automatic behavior. Now, perhaps on your healing path, you can start to see that this is fueled by the shadow. Let's find some unconscious behavior you've copied from mom or dad or commercial. It's some sort of behavior that's unconscious and that's been caused by some sort of brainwashing. This could be drinking, smoking, complaining, swearing, or even the friends we hang out with. Check yourself and ask yourself if you really even like them, or is it just habitual? Anything that has become a habit is coming from the shadow and perpetuated by the ego. That's not to say all habits are bad, but habitual things come from the realm of the unconscious. But to identify shadow aspects, we want to heal by first acknowledging they even are one. Now let's feel that hurt and the embarrassment and that clenching chest pain once we realize we're not living an authentic life in one way or another. To free up space for beauty and authenticity and abundance of love to flow into our lives, we must first begin to chip away at those old habits. What is old stands in the way of what is new, like a brick wall. We can sort of begin to squish in new habits like meditation, prayer, positive thinking, and manifestation into our old habitual lives. But it is a lot easier to get up and do yoga and meditate if we're not hungover. If you don't have to have a smoke first, if you aren't too busy being grumpy and all those negative fake arguments we seem to have early in the morning, and you're more susceptible to it in the morning. I don't know why. We're early and it's grumpy. Who knows? I can't believe she said this. I can't believe they did that, and so on and so on. Our minds will just go and run away with us. If you leave your old shadow and ego in control, nothing can really change. A fight for dominance must take place, and even though they're going to tell you you can't win, you can. That they run the show and not you, it isn't true. You can walk away from a current state of self as easily as you can walk away from anyone. So that's to say it's not easy emotionally, but it can be very physically easy. No, it won't be comfortable at first, but very soon you will feel freer than you ever thought possible. New possibilities will finally begin to come your way. Your higher self will rejoice in finally getting to set you on a path that it's been trying and waiting to send you on, possibly for your entire life. When you live in the shadow state of purgatory, your soul essentially just has to sit there and wait in that purgatory, in that state of hell, not really getting to live. That tickle inside that comes up when you make that right choice, that is your soul rejoicing. It and you have a wonderful purpose. The universe is more complex than you could ever realize. It is possible that every single human on this earth can have a dynamic purpose, a glorious purpose. So it's easy for that shadow to be like, oh yeah, well, you can't be special. There's too many special people. Not you. You're just a regular sheep. Maybe, are you the next Britney Spears? Probably not, but that's probably a good thing. The glory your soul has in mind for you will be beautiful, and it will make you happy. Maybe it will be hard, but you can do it. Whatever it has planned for you, you have already been made capable of it. You have it in you to do anything that your purpose requires. All you have to do now is set down the negativity, set down the drink, walk away from bad influences, and walk into your new soul-infused life. Tomorrow, we're going to revisit the ego and see how it can be further recalibrated to help you jump into your more abundant life. It is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to wake up. It's waiting for you to make space in your current life to live that way. Now that requires waking up enough to learn that you have to leave your current job, move out of your current city, possibly leave your current partner, but hopefully you don't have to. Friends, I probably have to leave those, but family is family for a reason. And hopefully you can find some kind of way of making family situations work. Of course, your children are coming with you. And if they have a dad or mom, they should come with you too, regardless of influences, because we can get stronger. We can hopefully bring them along with us. But first, to help them get stronger, we have to get stronger. And that actually begins at the beginning. It begins by identifying where we are not strong to begin with. Instead of piling new things on a broken foundation, we need to fix the foundation so we can build a better building on that foundation. So these new things we can put into our life for a better life will sit pretty and won't be constantly getting kicked out by the shadow that wants to return back to the old. But remember, we can brainwash it. We can change the way the shadow even functions. It's not always going to be a negative thing. It's going to get easier and easier and easier once we dig out those triggers and brainwash them with something new. So love and hope to you all. Goodbye for now, Spirit Mom.